The Garden of Wonders, a journey into the works of God, based on the writings of St. Hildegard of Bingen. Chapter 1. The Simple Garden. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. Genesis, chapter 9, verse 3. Rika's grandmother has a garden behind her house, and it is the girl's favorite place to be. She spends hours weeding the well-defined plots and identifying the many plants growing in them: sage, valerian, thyme, lemon balm, gentian. Grandmother calls these plants simple. That was the name given to the herbs used to make medicines in the Middle Ages. In the winter, Rika likes to dig up the fennel bulbs. She makes tiny bouquets of violets in the spring. In the summer, she rests in the shade of the tall poplar tree and watches the clouds floating across the sky. Leaning against the tree, the girl wonders what she will be when she grows up. She wishes the whole world were as orderly and lovely as her grandmother's garden. When Rika pulls out the couch grass, choking the plants, she imagines that she is removing the illness from which she has been suffering for years. If only the diseases were as easy to pluck out as weeds from garden, she wishes. In the kitchen, Rika's grandmother hangs bouquets of herbs from the ceiling to dry them. Under this fragrant canopy, she bakes cookies of joy with flour, butter, sugar, and spices. She also makes an ointment for rashes from violet leaves and a plant-based tonic for liver complaints. She calls the tonic Elixir of Centipede, a name Rika finds funny. All of Grandmother's recipes are from books written by St. Hildegard of Bingen. Mom says that St. Hildegard is a doctor of the church, said Rika to her grandmother one day. Does that mean she treated many Catholics? Grandmother laughed and said, being a doctor of the church has nothing to do with the practice of medicine. The Pope gave St. Hildegard this title, not for her knowledge about medical plants, but for her understanding of God's love for his creation. But I thought Hildegard was a healer who loved botany and music, said Rika. She was, Grandmother replied, but she was much more than that. St. Hildegard was a genius. She was one of the great writers of the Middle Ages and one of the best composers of the 12th century. She wrote books and poems, hundreds of letters, 70 songs, and even a musical play. She wrote in Latin and liked to invent new words. She even created her own imaginary language. As a Benedictine nun, she cared for the sick, welcomed the poor, built monasteries, and taught both men and women. She took several long journeys, and at 72, she was still riding on horseback. On top of all this, Hildegard was a mystic. A mystic? What does that mean? Asked Rika. A mystic is someone inspired by God to see the wonders of his love in his creation, Grandmother explained. Through the Holy Spirit, Hildegard contemplated the truth about God in the world around her. She wrote 3 books about the visions she had, books full of illuminations. Illuminations? Little paintings that adorn old handwritten books. I have some copies of illuminations made by St. Hildegard. If you would like to see them, they're in the desk in the library. Rika's eyes widened, and she hurried towards the library.